The issue of alleged tax evasion that dragged on Cha Eun-woo's name in recent days has not only developed as a legal and administrative issue, but also turned into an emotional storm that shook the Korean entertainment world and its fan community around the world. After Southeast Asian media and entertainment platforms had previously raised reports of the alleged use of family enterprises, the public narrative is now entering a new phase, a phase of clarification, moral defense, and psychological wounds left by too quickly formed public opinion. The widely circulated social media post, as seen in the latest image, shows an emotional statement believed to represent the inner voice of fans. The statement emphasized one important point: the investigation is not a verdict, and until now there has been no official decision to find Cha Eun-woo guilty. From investigation to social verdict in the viral statement, it was highlighted how the investigation process is often misinterpreted by the public as evidence of absolute guilt. The phrase "investigation is not a crime" became an assertion that legal procedures should go hand in hand with the presumption of innocence. This phenomenon is not new in the Korean entertainment industry. Many public figures are subjected to the so-called trial by public opinion, in which public opinion is formed faster than official clarification. In Cha Eun-woo's case, the situation is even more complex because he is serving in the military, a state duty that was previously misunderstood by some as an attempt to escape conscription, obligation, not escape. The statement in the post categorically refutes the notion that Cha Eun-woo's conscription was a form of avoiding trouble. It is stated that conscription is an obligation of every South Korean citizen and cannot be chosen arbitrarily. This clarification links directly to the previous news, where the international public had questioned why Cha Eun-woo disappeared amid tax issues. The fact that the draft schedule has been set long before this issue sticks out as an affirmation that the escape narrative has no solid foundation. Career integrity over a decade. The post also highlighted Cha Eun-woo's track record of integrity, hard work, discipline, and professionalism over a 10-year career. It is mentioned that he is unlikely to build his entire reputation and achievements only to destroy them in a matter of days. This point is closely related to previous reports regarding Cha Eun-woo's contribution to the stability of his agency. He is said to be a central figure who helps maintain the continuity of the company, even preventing job cuts on a large scale. All such responsibility, according to the statements of fans, is assumed without complaint, even at the expense of personal health. Psychological impact that is rarely discussed. One of the most touching parts of the upload is the recognition of the psychological wounds that may be left behind, even if the truth is later revealed. The phrase that pain can leave deep trauma depicts another side of a public figure's life, a side that rarely gets mainstream media attention. In the context of previous news, where brands were rumored to be pulling away and industry loyalty was questioned, the mental pressure was even heavier. The loss of trust and commercial support is not only a financial matter, but also concerns the self-esteem and professional identity of an artist. Aroha reaction. Solidarity and trust. The Aroha fan community appears as a moral bulwark for Cha Eun-woo. In the upload, full confidence is affirmed that all issues will be resolved and the truth will be established. However, there is one bitter note. The wounds inflicted by accusations and cruel comments will not simply disappear, neither for the artist nor for her fans. This solidarity complements previous news of a global wave of support, where hashtags of support and messages of empathy have sprung up on various social media platforms. Between facts, clarification, and empathy, when combined with previous reports on the clarification of the status of a legally registered family business entity, and the absence of an official decision regarding taxes, the grand narrative formed is an important reminder to the public. Legal facts, administrative clarification, and human empathy must go hand in hand. Cha Eun-woo's case is now not just a matter of taxes or corporate administration, but also a mirror of how society treats public figures in the digital age, where one accusation can develop into a collective wound. Looking forward to the official statement and fair closing. Until now, the public is still waiting for further official statements from the relevant agencies and authorities. Meanwhile, the voices of fans as seen in this upload serve as a reminder that behind big names and perfect images, there are human beings with real feelings, burdens, and wounds. Whatever the end result of this process, one thing has become clear. Its social and emotional impact will last far longer than the news cycle itself. From media spotlight to personal burden as time goes by, issues that initially appeared as administrative reports regarding taxes and the structure of the family company are now transformed into a heavy personal burden for Cha Eun-woo. In South Korea's entertainment world, where public image is often treated as a major asset, any small crack can develop into a major storm. This is compounded by the speed with which social media allows opinions to spread much faster than official clarifications. The emotional uploads circulating, as seen in the latest images, highlight a side of humanity that is often forgotten. That behind the figure of an idol with millions of fans, there are individuals who feel the same pressure, disappointment, and pain as the average human being. Investigation and stigma. Two different things in any legal system. An investigation is part of the process of seeking the truth, not the establishment of guilt. However, in the digital public space, this distinction is often blurred. Cha Eun-woo, whose name is mentioned in media reports, seems to have to bear the stigma before any verdict or official statement. A fan statement in the upload confirms that there has been no final decision to declare him guilty. This emphasis is important, considering that previously a number of media and netizens had built narratives that tended to be judgmental. It is this narrative that then triggers a wave of emotional reactions, both from those who support and criticize. Tax clarification in a broader context linking to the previous news. It has been reported that the business entity associated with Cha Eun-woo's family is legally registered and recorded in the official database. This fact is part of an initial clarification that shows that not all claims circulating on social media have a strong basis. Nevertheless, administrative clarifications are often less resonant than sensational rumors. In the entertainment industry, public perception can affect advertising contracts, professional relationships, to long-term trust. That is why this tax issue has a broader impact than just numbers and financial statements. Impact on professional relationships and brand. One of the most painful points raised in the upload is the loss of loyalty from a number of industry parties. It is mentioned that some brands choose to stay away even before the truth is fully revealed. For an artist who has been known to maintain professionalism and good relations with work partners, this situation certainly dealt a heavy blow. This phenomenon reflects the reality of the modern entertainment industry, where companies tend to take safe steps to protect their image, even if they have to sacrifice fairness for the individuals involved. In Cha Eun-woo's context, the decision is perceived not only as a loss of cooperation, but also as a betrayal of the trust that has been built up over the years. Cha Eun-woo's role in sustaining the agency. The previous news also alluded to Cha Eun-woo's big role in maintaining the stability of his agency. He is cited as a key figure who helped the company survive difficult times, even preventing large-scale job cuts. This responsibility was assumed without much spotlight, as if being part of a moral obligation that he accepted as a senior artist and the main face of the agency. In the emotional upload, fans emphasize that all the burdens were lived without complaints, even at the expense of personal health. This fact adds a new layer of understanding to the pressure Cha Eun-woo faces amid the storm of issues that hit him. Conscription and public misadventures. Conscription obligations are again in the spotlight in public discussions. Some parties had accused Cha Eun-woo's participation in the draft was a form of escape from controversy. However, fans categorically refute this assumption, emphasizing that conscription is an inevitable duty of the state. Correlating with previous reports, Cha Eun-woo's enlistment schedule had been set long before the tax issue came up. This fact suggests that the escape narrative is driven more by speculation than concrete data.